Our second speaker is working from the Presentation Mastery Path, Level 1, writing a speech with a purpose. He's aiming to have a positive effect on our society by helping to improve the way we communicate. With a speech titled, Unifying America, please give a warm welcome to Toastmaster Mark Wright.
Thank you. Today, our country is more divided than any other time since the Civil War. And this cultural divide is polarizing our society. Now, Toastmasters, what issue have I come here to talk to you today about? Is it the presidential election? Border security? Crime? Abortion? Middle East conflicts? No, those topics garner all the headlines, but something we're going to talk about here today is just as divisive and really speaks to a person's core values. The objects before you are lightning rods for vernacular discrepancy across the country, and mainly the correct terminology for these beverages right here. Now, commonly referred to as soda pop. In practice, nobody ever says that. They either say soda or they say pop. And one of those terms is remarkably misleading and confusing. And you're all wondering, well, Mark, how do we know what to do? Well, it's your lucky day because I'm going to tell you the answer. Before we get there, I'm just going to take a step back and give you the quick backstory as to how I've arrived at this point of concern in my life. It started in 1987 at the University of Michigan hockey camp in Michigan, as you can imagine. On the second day of camp, we're heading to lunch. A kid named Mitch and 5 of us going to lunch. Mitch asks the woman behind the lunch counter for a large soda. And the 5 of us look at each other in complete bewilderment and thinking to himself, what is going on? Is he asking to drink the stuff that people use to get stains off of their shirt? It doesn't make any sense. He must have meant to say pop, because of course that's the correct way to refer to these drinks. And needless to say, Mitch was from a different part of the country. Now, Mitch was from Rochester, New York. And being from Michigan, I hadn't had exposure to people from other parts of the country. But then it hit me that people from other regions frequently make this serious linguistical error when referring to these beverages. So needless to say, Mitch just teased mercilessly for the rest of the week. Poor Mitch might still be in therapy to this day, for all I know, after the hockey camp fiasco. But years have passed. Occasionally I bump into people using the term soda to refer to these drinks. But the animosity laid dormant for several years until I relocated to Florida, which is a melting pot for people all over the country. And I find myself having these interactions from time to time, and people referring to these as soda. So I've decided to have a more constructive and mature manner in which to convince people to say pop versus soda and put an end to this madness. And today, I'm going to share these facts with you. Now, as you can see, we have a can of club soda. Apologize for turning my back to you, so I'll stand this way. A can of Coke, a Dr. Pepper, and a Diet Coke. You walk into a bar. You ask the bartender for a vodka soda. There's no question in that bartender's mind that this is what you want as your mixer. In no universe is he thinking, well, maybe he wants this mixed with his vodka. Absolutely not. Point two, you're at a nice dinner, nice Italian restaurant. You spill a little something on your shirt. The waiter comes over and says, oh, let me get you some club soda for that. Never would that waiter say, you know what, let me get that off your shirt and bring you a Dr. Pepper to get that spaghetti stain off. Never gonna happen. And would anybody refer to this as a pop? No. No, they wouldn't. Because pop is distinctly associated with these sweet carbonated beverages here. So why refer to them as soda? It just creates unnecessary confusion. And so Carmelo introduced me as writing a speech with purpose. So what was my purpose here today? Did I set out to antagonize people for using the word soda? Yes. Yes, I did. Probably checked that box a few times. And that said, so Alex McGriff was supposed to be evaluator number 2 today. He must have got a copy of the speech and said he just couldn't handle it and had to step down from the role. So Carlos, thank you for stepping in, and hopefully I get rave reviews. Ebullient reviews. Thank you. But ultimately my purpose was to inform you that there's a correct way to differentiate between the bubbly soda water and the sweeter carbonated drinks. And when you leave here today, ask yourself, what type of person do you want to be? Don't be a Mitch. Enjoy a pop. Thank you. I moved your